Hello, Mr. Verdonia. Thank you for agreeing to this interview about your brother Sam Verdonia.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, I'm still studying here, like at Delaware University, so I don't think it's any problem.
Alright, your brother Sam, he graduated summa cum laude in Delaware University in the US, is that right?
Oh yeah, he graduated summa cum laude in Delaware University. He is currently actually is a website designer. He's a very successful website designer, especially since my dad got laid off halfway through his time here studying. He's doing well for himself. Ever since he was a kid, he was very impressionable. He was very enthused by technology.
Did he ever tell you about his experiences abroad?
Yeah, he did. Oh, he told me a lot actually. Since he knew that he made a promise to me that I would also study here, and he's funding for my tuition. The first thing that he said, that he told me, his experiences were when he got to school, he was automatically just lost. He didn't know his way around school, around the campus. The campus was really big. I mean, even I got lost. I got lost trying to make my way to the library. So he told me that when he stepped inside the school, as he stepped inside the gate, he was immediately lost. He tried to look around, ask people, but he couldn't find anything. And the last thing that he thought of was consulting GPS. He looked at his phone and saw where the cafe is. So he went to the cafe. And he's very intelligent when it comes to technology, when it comes to using gadgets. I may not be as smart as him in terms of that, but I still have some knowledge. And after that, like after using his GPS, fast forward a few days, he makes some friends. You know, he makes some friends. He settles down. He makes some Filipino friends because there's a lot of Filipinos here in Delaware University. Especially in the States, there's a lot of Filipino students here. Now, when they had an assignment, they couldn't really make. He told me that it was the hardest assignment that he could ever do. That he tried asking people for help, and he couldn't do it. And one day, his classmates approached him. Told him, "Hey, he said this, he said that." And once he knew that he could actually search it up on the internet, he was good to go. He was surprised in how easy it was to search a topic on the internet. I don't know what went in his mind. Like, why not search the internet? I'm not very sure why he didn't think of that first thing. I guess that's one of the advantages of technology, right? Because you can just search anything on the internet and it's right there. You don't really have anything to. You don't have to go through pages and pages of books in the library. You don't have to stay 6 hours in the library. It's that easy. You don't even have to come close to the library. Now, of course, fast forward halfway through, almost halfway, his time here in Delaware University, DU. He told me he was in a group project, and they were just messy and they were just arguing. They didn't have any cooperation, and they were just confused as hell. And one of them decided that, oh wait, we can consult the internet again. After that, it was smooth sailing. The group project went great. Well, he said it went great. The group project went great, and everything was fine. And of course, it wasn't always smooth sailing. Halfway through graduation, our dad got to. It's kind of raining, isn't it? Halfway through graduation, my dad got laid off from work. He was working as a manual blue collar mechanic in the company, fixing cars, automated cars. One day, I remember my dad like just coming home from work, just extremely sad. He told me that he wanted to. My dad's not the best person to consult in like technology and stuff like that. So he told me like, I want to call Sam. I looked at him. Why would you call him all of a sudden? He didn't tell me, of course. And he called Sam. We talked for a few hours. They didn't really tell me. I asked Sam what was happening. They didn't tell me at the time because my dad got laid off from work. Turns out that I found out a few days later. Like he got laid from work. He was fired from work. He got replaced by a machine. Like automated machines were replacing people, mechanics. So he got laid off from work. It was really hard times. My dad's a single parent. He could barely feed me. So I went to a public school at the time because we didn't have enough money for a tuition fee. And whenever I talked to Sam, he was always either busy studying. Sam was just really studying really hard because my dad got laid off from work and that was a big chunk. We couldn't eat the way we used to. We couldn't go to places we used to. It was a hard time, and I think that's one of the bad reasons for like technology. It's like people losing their jobs, like getting replaced by machines. Of course, it's good now since I'm here. After that, my brother was actually doing good in school. He was actually interviewed on like about ICT, like information communication technology and stuff like that. It's about like how it impacts your life. You know, it was actually very popular amongst students. He was doing tutorials and stuff like that, and he told me he owed it all to Google. And finally he graduated. And fast forward a few years later, I'm here. I took his place, and yeah.
Okay, Mr. Verdonia, what's your brother like?
What's my brother like? My brother is a lot of things. He's like he's really smart. He's really smart. I'll give him that. He's really smart, but he's so naive. Like you tell him a lie, the most stupidest of lies, and he will believe it. He's easily impressionable. He thinks of what other people think about him too much, and he believes that. It's kind of stupid. But one thing that he did right was like he studied a lot. He was working really hard. If there's one flaw that I was going to point out, is that he is so dependent on his gadgets, his laptops, his phones. He cannot go a day without using one of them. Like I have never seen him anywhere without his laptop or phone. He was so dependent. He relied on that so much. I mean, it's okay now because he's like a website developer or a website designer, whatever he was. He's very successful in what he does, but before, when we were kids, he would just play on his computer. He'd have to Google how to cook an egg before. and it was so dumb. I remember laughing at him. How to crack an egg. Oh my god. I remember that, and that's why. He was, even now, he's still dependent on technology. He's a good guy, but every good guy has their flaws.
Well, do you think you'll experience the same campus life as he did? I mean, you're also currently studying here at Delaware University.
I don't know. Me and my brother, we're very different. He's more of a traditional person. He's kind of like my dad. They're both very hardworking. They're very hardworking. They can admit that they are naive, and sometimes they don't know. Sometimes they get taken advantage of, but somehow they made it work. You know. I hope not. Am I going to experience like my life, like his life at the same time? No, I don't think so, because I know what happened here. I know what his experiences were, and I'm not that dependent on technology. I'm not going to make the same mistakes he did. So, of course, things are good now. So, yeah. I don't think so. I don't think so, but maybe we'll see.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Verdonia. That's all. Thank you for that interview.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Before you go, I want to ask, like, this interview, this is for ICT, right? It's like, fuck, cut with it.